Rude to you and you and you. Welcome, Wild Pack. Oh, happy new year. I hope your holidays were everything you dreamed of. And if they weren't, get up off of it. You have got to make this year, 2024, your year. You know why? Because you don't have a choice. It is your monthly pick a card tarot reading in Animalscopes with me, Mama Bear, aka Bernadette. And if you don't know it yet, if you haven't read your astrology, which we all have from like 95 different sites, if you haven't looked at your tarot card pulls from 95 different YouTube channels, like we all have, here's one more, except for I'm the only one that does animal scopes. Yay for Mama Bear. Yay. And yay for the animals. And so here's what I'm going to tell you. If oh yeah, I have pledged to make myself better at doing marketing this year because for those of you that know and follow me, I don't really do all too well at that. So let me begin this year off, January 2024, by saying subscribe to my YouTube channel, smash that like button, yakety schmackety, what they all say. Listen, if you love me, you're going to do those things anyway. It's not like you don't know how to do them. But if you don't know me, if we haven't met yet, let me just tell you, if you have seen floating around the Wisdom of the Wild Ones, the encyclopedia for all things animal spirit guides, the crazy, because it's 726 color pages, 9.5 by 11.5. That was put together by yours truly. And it's a multi-award winning super bestseller book. If you don't have it, get it. The links are down in the descriptions below. And you also might have seen me from the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. It has become a little bit legendary, if I do say so myself. The awards that it wins and the sales that it does is pretty crazy. And all of the animal allies out there are super proud to be associated with it. And if you don't have yours, get your pack. The link is down below. And so let's get back to why you are going to have to, if you were in a slump over the holidays, you're going to have to get yourself out of that slump, because if you don't, the universe is going to get it. The universe is going to get it for you. Again, if we haven't met yet, I'm a little bit country and I'm a little bit rock and roll. Boom, boom. And yes, that dates me, but that's, listen, you are who you are, right? So the animal card for the month of October and the tarot card, because I read based on my own deck, the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, and it is based on the Rider Waite Tarot. For your pick a card, yours truly, Le Octopus, has shown up creeping across, with all of his and her tentacles creeping across the ocean floor. And that is a miracle in and of itself. We'll talk about that in a second, but it is the King of Cups. And so the, the, everything that I have read, everything that I have watched about 2024 is, see, I'm like doing the uhs and the ums and the and I normally don't do that. I'm just so excited to get all of this information out to you. It is just going to be the most power packed year of a long time. As a matter of fact, on the 11th, I don't remember what it's called, but there's some kind of celestial event happening with the moon, and it hasn't happened since the 1700s. That's on the 11th of January. 11 is a master number. We're in the first year of the month. As a matter of fact, New Year's Eve was one, or was it, what was it, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, basically it gave us 1 2 3 twice. I mean, the numerology, which I'm into because I believe in it wholeheartedly. I'm not into because math and I just, we're not friends at all. And but numerology is no joke when it's done by somebody who's educated, when you're given the information by somebody who's truly educated in that arena. And the astrologers, my my God. Yes, I snorted. My friends that are astrologers are about to blow a gasket. They are just running around to everyone who will listen to them, trying to warn them in a good way what 2024 is going to be like. And they're like, Mama Bear, you just don't even know. And I'm like, I do know, because the animal allies have told me. They're like, no, that's not the same as astrology. And I'm like, no, it's better. And then We get all tangled up. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. So if you have a friend that's an astrologer, just mention 2024 to them. You will be amused for a very, very long time. So anyway, here's the point. The point is, 2024 is going to drag you behind where it needs to go, whether you are ready for it or not. It's just that simple. So you might as well get ready for it. And the animal ally that came for you in January, not February, not March, didn't even give us till April. Oh no, didn't give us time to wake up from winter. Nope. It knocked on that ice. It knocked on that snow. It came to Florida and blew like, 2 breaths of cold air. I think it was like 38 here the other night. And I'm like shivering in my park. I got my heat jacked up to 74. Yes, I know that's not helping the planet, but it helps Mama Bear not sit there and shiver all night long. I don't care how many blankets I've got packed around me, and my sister's the same way. We live together, and it's just anyway. So here's the point. The point, the point is 2024 came screaming Mimi in, knocking through ice, knocking through whatever, saying, hey, get up, let's go. And I didn't particularly want to. I was tired. And I just wanted to, lay there with the heat on and watch reruns of, I don't know, something. And I wanted to binge Reacher. If you guys haven't been watching Reacher, I can't say that the storyline is so great, and I can't say that the acting is also great, but the guy that they cast to play Reacher, well, sometimes Hollywood, they do it right. They did it up right with this old fellow. Watch Reacher. Anyway, so I I'm just like, it is gonna be the year that your dreams have the most opportunity in a long time to come true. It is the year that if you will just put forth the effort, you can have whatever you want. Now that's always true. It really is always true. But it's not usually quite as easy as it's going to be in 2024 because like I said, 2024 is going to drag you by your hair right along with it. So so here's the story. So so it's like that, right? Okay, so 2024 is going to be like that. Everybody that does any kind of divination system I know is out there screaming about 2024. I'm pretty sure I've made that clear. But I've tried to make that clear 100,000 times, not to be repetitive, but to make it clear, because when I already know that, and then a card like the King of Cups with the octopus shows up on it, that tells me that even I, who kind of make, I don't make light of metaphysics, but I am a metaphysician. I do teach metaphysics. And by the way, if you haven't seen the information for my newest class, how to make six figures online with building a business online, then see it, email me, text me, call my office, do whatever. But let me get you the information because the class starts by the end of January. And if you're interested in making over six figures or above online, I'm the one to teach you this year. I work in the world of metaphysics. I make over six figures a year, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you exactly how I do that. And I'm creating a really deeply personalized mentorship experience for anyone who enters the class. So it is a super limited enrollment because I can only get to so many people in 7 months. It's a 7-month mentorship. Check it out. And where I'm going with this is, even I, who work in this field and have for over 30 years, kind of cocked one eye when I saw the King of Cups and the octopus. Here's why. So in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, the King of Cups represents a king, obviously. And kings have a tremendous amount of responsibility. They have to be able to think in lots of different directions at once. They've got to be able to multitask, but they've got to stay grounded or they're going to run around like, crazy people. And nobody needs that out of a ruling commander, right? So we need somebody who can do all of those things, command the masses, command their staff, do the best to think about what can help their people, the best and still stay rooted in reality, but also be able to think creatively. I mean, really, we ask kings and queens and czars and leaders of companies, and my gosh, we ask it of our parents, for crying out loud, and we ask it of ourselves. We want to be superheroes. We want to be able to do everything all at once. It's like that movie, Everything All at Once, and which is an amazing movie, by the way. Amazing. Or can I say amaze balls? It really is. You should see it, but you should see it when you're bright awake, or you will be so confused it'll put you right to sleep. So in any event, we ask that of all of those people. We ask that of ourselves. And so during the month of January, the month that kickstarts the year, the month when we just watch all of our New Year's resolutions just tick away, just dissipate, poof, in little fairy dust. Poof, there goes another one. Poof, there goes another one. Y'all don't make everybody out there is trying to sell you a journal, a dream board, a vision quest, a whatever to do your New Year's resolutions. I'm here to tell you, don't do them. There's something deeply, just, I don't even know, in our subconscious that's just geared to not be able to meet those expectations of ourselves, to put them in some other form or fashion in the language in your mind. Don't call them New Year's resolutions, call them dreams, call them wishes, call them choices, right? We don't dream, we don't wish, we don't want, we don't something else. I've forgotten it. See, there goes one of my New Year's resolutions. We choose, right? Okay. And if you guys hear that sniffing and sneezing, if you are familiar with me, you'll know my little dog Hops. I never, it's true. I really do never ask anything for myself from my peeps, from my wild pack. But if you guys could just send pure love to Hops, that would be great. She's going into congestive heart failure, and she's older, and it has been a rough week, let me just tell you. But it's been a really magical week because there's been some serious healing going on for her in a number of different ways. I've watched it happen right in front of me and gone, oh, holy guacamole. In any event, see, she just already stopped that coughing that she's been doing. So back to all the good stuff. So when you talk about the King of Cups, you talk about a ruler who is a water sign, so lives in his emotions, but really does keep one foot grounded on the floor. If you notice, he's got that one leg crossed over, so he's got that leg above the water. The water's there, the emotions are there, emotions that can run rampant are there, but his little feet never touch them. It never touches that water. So he's known as the benevolent king. He is just kind, and he's lovely, and he's a king. So when it comes to making the grounded choices, he can do that. He'd rather not. He'd rather live in his little watery world of, happy, happy, joy, joy. But he can do the tough stuff when he needs to do the tough stuff. And hence he's a king. Now, when you take a look at the octopus, man, oh 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 man. Octopi, the plural octopus, they're not octopuses, and they're for those of you that watch James Bond or are familiar with James Bond, neither are they are they the other octopus word. So, all that being said, they when I was talking to the animal allies about which animal wanted to be which tarot card, oh my gosh, I got jumped on by an octopus. Not octopus appeared in front of me and it was an easy thing. Oh no. That octopus jumped on me. I've even got goosebumps talking about it because it really was kind of creepy. Wrapped its tentacles around me, and that was it, man. We just looked at each other in the face, and I just felt all of these arms, big, thick, tentacly arms, wrap around me. Mm. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. It was kind of like the day I was sitting here doing a live and jumped and went like that, and there was a buffalo snorting right by my left ear, and if you've never been near buffalo breath, it is vile in every way that breath can be horrible, and it was snotty, and it was dripping to anyway, so I asked the folks on the live, I'm like, who's working with Buffalo Energy right now? And more than half of everyone on the live, which was hundreds of people, was like, I've been working with Buffalo. Buffalo just appeared to me. I just pulled a card for yours, Mama Bear, and a Buffalo showed up. I couldn't believe it. Well, that's why Buffalo showed up, was because so many were working with Buffalo. Now, I don't know how many of you guys right now are working with Octopus Energy, but I can feel those tentacles wrapped around me now, and it's a little unnerving. Not in a okay, unnerving. How can that be how can that be a good thing, right? So, it's unnerving in a good way, because what it tells me is that you all either are getting prepared, there's a sense of knowing that you have about how busy and how many different directions you're going to be pulled and called and called and pulled and upside down and downside up and Diagon Alley. You're going to be through 2024. And even if you're not consciously aware of it, like everybody I know that is really truly into divination, right? And they either are an astrologer or have an astrologer friend, or the people that do runes, or, you know, pendulums, whatever it is, right? Okay. Oh gosh, Hoppy Hop. Oh, my poor puppy dog. Um, they have already been. I mean, they bought a journal just like all I can tell you is the business that you should have been in November and December was the journal business, because I would bet more journals and planners were bought at the end of 2023 than any other time in history, because everybody's planning their 2024 by this, right? Okay. But if you haven't gone that far, if you haven't gotten that far, you might have a sense of knowing of something's coming, but you're not really sure what. I'm telling you what's coming. Your dreams. That's what's coming. Making your dreams turn into a reality. That's what's coming. And you know what animal is going to help you? The octopus. Because octopus is very much like the King of Cups. Octopus can do all this stuff with all of its eight, tentacles. It can swim in the water, but when it wants to go to be grounded, it goes to the floor of Mama Ocean. Is there any other more grounded place on earth than Mama Ocean? Not in my mind, there's not. I mean, my gosh, she's the bottom of the earth, unless you're going down to like, magma rock and all that. And that's not reasonable. That's so in the world of metaphysics, the farthest down you can go on earth to touch the bottom of the earth is at the bottom of the ocean. So you want to talk about grounded. No wonder octopuses, octopi, oct- did I say octopuses? What's wrong with me? Octopi uh, are are some of the most ancient. I mean, they're like elephants, but older wisdom, really, even more primordial wisdom than an elephant ever thought of being, right? Because I'm sure that's what elephants do: sit around and think, "Man, I am some primordial." Oh God, it's the first of the year. I'm re-energized. Who knows what you guys are gonna see and hear out of me in the next few months? It's oi is all I can say. And in the words of my people, oy vey. So all that said, there's that, right? Okay. Then there's this. Nobody wants to hear this, and yet it's true. Octopi can camouflage themselves like nobody's business. Pardon me, you all. I've got just a little bit of sniffle myself. Um, I am enjoined. I am one with hops. So they can camouflage themselves, and that's awesome for them. Saves a lot of little octopi lives, and I'm down for that. But that does remind us, well, okay, it reminds me, I'm the one giving the reading, right? It reminds me of rulers. It does. Kings, queens. It reminds me of nights. It reminds me of my next door neighbor. It reminds me of myself. It reminds me of you. It reminds me of damn body that is alive. We can camouflage ourselves when we want to, when we think we need to, even when we don't want to, or don't think we need to, or don't think we're doing it. We really can get that old camouflage out there. This is not the year for that. Now, octopi can camouflage themselves all they want, but I have been told by the animal spirit guides, this is not the year for that. If you've got a habit of camouflaging yourself when you're scared, when you are feeling like you are not good enough, whatever negative emotion is coming up in your heart, in your brain, um, please start to recognize that and stop it. Like, as in, you better stop, right? And every other thong, every other song I can think of that has that lyric in it, the stop anything, it's don't do it. You've got to start recognizing it and start removing your mask, start removing yourself, because this is the year for you to shine, shine, shine all over the world. The world needs your joy. The world needs you, whatever you have dreamed of wanting, wishing, dreaming. What, I don't even remember that, but remember, in Mama Bear's world, we don't want, we don't wish, we don't, what is it? We don't want, we don't wish. I got to start to know my own doggone sayings, don't you think? But we choose, and you've got to choose to bring your dreams to life this year, because again, I'm telling you, the universe is going to snatch you by your hair and it's going to drag you out your front door, and you're going to have to do something, because the universe is going to make it so. Let me tell you something. I don't know why I did it. I'm such a dummy sometimes. Honest to goodness, I don't know why y'all listen to me. I don't know. I swear I don't know why. y'all, y'all have been asking me, I bet 6 years now, 5 or 6 years, to start classes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm getting to it. I'm putting them together. I'm getting them. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. For years, they weren't coming. Now, they were coming in my head. I don't make false promises. I do not. I keep my word. And I do a little bit here and I do a little bit there. And y'all, I've got probably 40, 50 classes in my head. If I just sit down at the computer and put them on the computer, they'd be done in 2 weeks. That's probably about how long it would take me with a couple of assistants. Honestly, honestly, I got artwork. I've got content. I got it. I don't know. I do know, actually. The last time I was a teacher full time, um, man, I had the fire lit under my pants pretty good, and I lit the fire under some other people's pants pretty good, and we went down for the count pretty good, and I got in a few good licks, and they got in a few good licks, and I didn't want to do licks anymore. I just wanted to go. I'd had enough. I had had enough. And when Mama Bear's had enough, let me assure you, she's had enough. And I just quit teaching, not because I didn't love it anymore. I just didn't love the surrounding sea life. I didn't love them anymore. There were a whole bunch of sharks, and I don't mean like hammerheads or the, big blue whales. What are they called? The big, I don't know, the big kind. They're monstrous. My God, they're huge mangas. They've got them at the Atlanta Aquarium. Before COVID, you could swim with them in the giant manta rays. But they were, from piranha to actual great whites. There were some. Anyway, I'd had enough. And when people started begging me to teach, I I didn't realize it, but I was having some negative reaction to that. It took me a while to realize that. It took me some friends going, "How come you're the only one that doesn't understand what's going on?" Oh my gosh, that's why they were right. I was wrong. Yes, you know who you are. I'm officially stating it in front of the God, the goddess, the universe, the all that is, the everything. I'm stating it for all the world to see. You were right. I was How did the Fonz used to do it? Wrong. I was wrong. And once I realized that and did a massive healing, it didn't take me too long to do that healing, maybe a few weeks. I got I got with the program, and the first class I did was healing trust issues with working with your animal spirit guides. Holy gosh, that was some kind of amazing, crazy, over the top, really, really worked class. You, if I could show you the emails and the text messages and the whatever I got from students, I'm so humbled to be part of that. I just don't get me started, I'll cry. But yeah, I'm just so it was wowzers. So that's why I put together the earn this six figure business online or earn six figures online business class. I did it because I can't tell you how many people have asked me to teach them what I know about how to make money on the internet. Everybody knows that's the future. It's not even really the future, it's the right now. Even if you do have a brick and mortar presence, if you ain't kicking it on the internet, you ain't kicking it. And that's just the facts. Now we're going to add AI to the mix. Okay, well, you better get with the program now, or you behind is getting left behind. And that's the truth. So whatever it is that you've got holding you back, that's got you afraid, it's got you scared, get over it. Stop it right now. And I know that sounds harsh, but I had to do that. And I didn't I had kind of a me kicking me in the butt, but I didn't have kind of a me kicking me in the butt. People are usually a little more they're a little more gentle than that when they talk to me. They don't want they don't want to hear the roar of Mama Bear. Actually, I very rarely roar, but it, did I say that? That I very rarely roar? Don't forget you heard that. Don't tell anybody that. Forget you heard that. I roar all the time. Gosh darn it. I am the meanest, most aggressive woman on the internet. Oh God, if that were only true. But anyway, so all I'm not off on a tangent. It might seem like I am, but I really am not, because I can't overstate that if you if you are paying any kind of attention to this reading, and I'm going to post this thing 3 or 4 different times this week and probably into next week because it is so important. No matter what it is that you're dreaming of, no matter what it is that you're wishing or that you're wanting, I am telling you right now, 2024 is the year to get it. It's the year to get it, because it's going to get you. So I hope that long tangent was helpful. Uh, and honestly, I hope that you listen to this a few times. Mostly that I hope that you listen to this and you watch this is when you are feeling like you can't, or you're tired, or you're depleted, or you're cursing me. You're like, that Mama Bear is so full of hockety farting. I am. That's probably true, but not in this instance. I'm telling you now, the animal allies are in your corner. They are aligned with the universe because they are the universe. You are the universe. Please don't make me say we're all connected, because we are all connected. And in ways that I just don't think we, even those of us that love animals, that feel like we're more part of that animal world than the human animal world, I don't think we even understand, we get the tip of the iceberg of how much we're connected, because you see, that would take us 100% having to believe in telepathy, because that's one of the best ways, easiest ways, the ways to communicate with animals. And that would lead us to having to 100%, not we say we do, but make choices based on our telepathic, our psychic, our mediumship abilities that we think we have, we think we know we have, we think we trust, we think, but maybe when it comes down to it, we don't know. And that's a whole series of, hey, There's a class. All right, everybody. Happy New Year. And if you didn't have a Merry Christmas or Happy Yule or whatever it is you celebrate, and you're having a maybe not so great Happy New Year, I love you and I believe in you. And I'm sending you so many big, ginormous mama bear hugs. And I'm patting, where are they? I'm patting your cheeks with my mama bear paws. And I just am I'm loving you like maybe you have never been loved. And I am believing in you like maybe you have never been believed in. And you can take that to the bank. Oh, yes, you can. So, what is it that we always say at the end of Mama Bear's videos? Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild. Happy New Year, everyone.